Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down, ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on fire. Time for a girl on fire. Time for a
Hi guys. Sorry. Something's not working with my computer, which is exactly how my day is going so far. I had 3 meetings today. 1 of them good, 2 of them shit. Guess which one canceled? The good one. Guess which ones are there still? The shit ones. So, that's exciting, and I can't get this to work. That's okay. We're gonna be fine. We'll be fine. Right, Beverly? We'll be fine. We have to start watching the show. We don't have time. I have another shitty meeting to get to. So, let's just get to it. There it is. And there we go.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Berline here for petitioner Minnie Joseph.
Thank you. And sir, would you please announce for the record?
My name is Bijoy Joseph. I'm the respondent appearing pro se.
Okay, thank you for that. And we
Hi, MB. Hi, Sir Philip. So this is the case of the deadbeat versus the dentist.
are here on a divorce. There's mainly just the property issues. Prior to going on the record, there was some pre-admitted exhibits. They're now admitted petitioners exhibits 1 through 19. And respondent does not have any exhibits to tender to the court. There was an objection made because the respondent failed to timely respond to any discovery requests that were made. That objection was sustained. So the only exhibits we have before us are exhibits 1 through 19 by the petitioner.
I have a question that, Your Honor. I have requested that all assets be discussed today, not just the house. I've been requesting in every session, court session. She has business interests too.
Hold on, hold on. I got a milestone before I started. Oh, I got 2 of them. Vicky, thank you so much. Faithful lurker, we love you. I hope your eyes are doing better for 23 months. And then look at that, Mikey's working. Shocking. Thank you for 23 months.
That is after marriage. That should also be discussed with the real estate, the house.
Okay. So everything that we're at final trial. So everything that we will discuss will be related to any division of accounts, debts, proceeds of the sale of the residence and business.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll take care of all of that today. Would both of you please raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may lower your hands. Counsel,
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to call my client Minnie Joseph.
all right. You may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Joseph, please state your name in full for the court.
My name is Minnie Joseph.
Okay. And you are currently married to Bijoy Joseph. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And you're the petitioner in this divorce.
Sir Philip, like sand in the hourglass. Oh my God. That caught in my throat. Like sand traveling through an hourglass. Moments of time spent together will be remembered forever. Thank you, Sir Philip.
case, and he's the respondent, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And when were you married to Mr. Joseph?
I was married on January the 6th, 2000.
Okay. And you guys have separated since this petition was filed, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall what date you separated?
I think it was May 11th or 13th, 2004,
Okay.
2024.
Okay. And we've had a couple of hearings in this case already, is that correct?
Yes.
And back in July of last year, July of 2024, we had a temporary order hearing in front of Judge Lee, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And the court entered some temporary orders related to the parties. Okay, and we also had a hearing back in October last year requesting additional temporary orders, and that was
Yes.
related to listing the marital residence for sale
Yes,
and other things. Okay, and the court did make orders related to that as well.
that's correct.
Okay, you and Mr. Joseph have a son together, is that correct?
Yes.
And how old is, what's his name?
My son's name is Alex Joseph.
And how old is he?
He's 21.
Okay, and Alex has some disabilities, is that correct?
Yes.
What has he been diagnosed with?
My son has autism, and he has grade 3 autism, which is a severe form of autism. He has both speech as well as intellectual delay.
Okay, and does he have the ability to care for himself independently?
No.
Okay. And part of what we're asking from the court today is for future support in relation to Alex. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second, counsel. I had to stop your time. Joey, the real time isn't connected.
The real time, baby. They sorted out.
I wanna be
You
able
think
to
that's a
follow
wig
you
the judge
all.
is wearing?
As you're speaking, and the real time disconnected.
Oh, okay, understood.
Let me see. I
A
don't see
level
you.
3 autism is on the family court bingo card for sure. Do we really think that's a wig?
It says you received this transcript page because either the court reporter has not started real time or you used the wrong session code.
She uses real-time transcription services so that she can see it. That's how sometimes she'll read back the question. She'll read it back. She got her nails done. They're yellow. I like it. I need my nails done so bad.
No.
So bad.
Me to disconnect? Okay, I did that twice. It was on and then it cut off.
Still take Tylenol. Woo! Love it. Good shit.
I can see you now. Okay, counsel, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Joseph, you were asking the court to make a ruling today related to future support for your adult disabled child. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And you're also asking for a disproportionate division of the property and debts today as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and part of the basis for that disproportionate request is what you allege to be fault in the breakup of the marriage.
Yes.
Okay, and you've alleged cruel treatment. Is that
Yes.
correct? Can you explain to the court what you mean when you put in your pleading that respondent is guilty of cruel treatment?
So I've been married to Bijoy for the last 25 years. One of the reasons why we are actually asking for a divorce is that the environment was very toxic. There was a lot of verbal and emotional abuse, which affected my mental health, and it also created a bad environment for my son, and it created emotional distress for him. I did not feel that I was in a safe, supported, respected environment, and that's one of the reasons why. And we did try to resolve some of those issues, but it was never resolved. We just continue to have the same issues, which hadn't. So I don't think that that the marriage is something that is going to be a healthy one. Is going to be healthy for my mental health as well as for my kids.
Okay, and we had a temporary order hearing, like you testified about earlier, and Judge Lee ordered Mr. Joseph to provide some support for Alex. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And he was ordered to pay $271 a month.
Yes, that is correct.
That was, I believe that began in August of 2024, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and has Mr. Joseph paid any of those payments?
I think he's made a maximum of 4 payments. I've not got any payments after that.
Okay, so part of that hearing, at that hearing, we also discussed Mr. Joseph's employment. Is that right?
Yes, we did.
And when's the last time during your marriage, when was the last time Mr. Joseph was employed? Do you remember?
It's about 12 years back. I think he stopped working in 2012.
Okay, and he worked for BlackBerry, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
What's his profession?
He's an engineer.
Okay, and he has a college degree in engineering.
Yes, he has an engineering degree.
Okay, and during the marriage, after was he fired or was he? How did he leave BlackBerry?
So BlackBerry was actually a company that it was actually a layoff. He wasn't fired. So the company was ceasing all operations in America. So they were moving to Canada.
Okay,
So they had closed down the American division of the company.
since his layoff, have you asked him to help support the community estate, to support the
Yes.
bills, help pay some of the bills, help support your
Yes.
family and those things?
Yes.
Has he ever done that?
So he wrote a book sometime but every time I asked him to get a job, he would say that he's trying to improve his application. He's doing some courses. So he's not really got a job since then.
Okay, and you said he wrote a book, but did he really make any income from that?
He didn't make a lot of, no, nothing, not to sustain the family, no.
Okay, and so
What was his book about?
sustaining the entire community estate and your family has been on your shoulders since about
Right.
2012.
Yes, for the past 12 years, yes.
And
12, 12.
at the temporary order hearing, do you recall Judge Lee telling Mr. Joseph that he needed to find a job?
Yes,
Okay, and since that hearing, he hasn't found a job, correct?
not that I know of, no.
Okay. All right. I want to show you. I'm going to share my screen and show you what I've marked as W1.
I can't see it, I see.
Hang on one second. Just bear with me. Okay, can you see that now, Ms. Joseph?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and this is your proposed property division in this case, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and the balances that are on this spreadsheet are accurate through October 17th. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you're asking the court to make a 70-30 split of the property and debts? Sorry.
Yes, that's
Go back
correct.
down. We have that listed right here on the yellow box. And part of the reason why you're asking for this much of the estate, because that's a large split in
Right.
your favor, correct?
Right.
Is because you're afraid that Mr. Joseph will not be able to continue to provide any support for Alex,
Yes,
and you're having to cover all of the expenses of Alex,
right.
and that's not cheap, right?
No.
What are the expenses that you pay for Alex on a monthly basis?
So currently Alice goes to a program, which is uh, it's a school program that he goes from 8 to 5, and that program is about $1,200 a month. He also goes for like some other classes, which is about $120 a month. Then the living expenses as well, and I also pay for medical things for him.
Okay, and so the 271, even if Mr. Joseph had been
It's
paying
9
that to you
a.m.
per month, is that really
I've already spoke to him.
providing you much help with Alex?
No.
Okay. And so you're asking the court because are you afraid that Mr. Joseph just is going to remain unemployed like he has for the last 13 years?
Yes, that is a concern.
Okay. And so you're asking the court to award you more of the estate to help cover some of that support for Alex as
Right.
well, in addition to the fault that you've alleged.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Thank you. I want to walk through this really quick with you. You have your accounts, you have 3 accounts, bank accounts listed here,
Right.
A
That's
through
correct.
C,
Yes.
and to the right, those are your current balances.
Yes.
Asking the court to, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, no, we don't know. We know that BJoy has some accounts, but we don't know what's in his accounts. Is that correct?
Yes, I don't
And the
know.
reason why is because he didn't respond to the discovery that we sent him.
Yes, I guess. Yes, I don't know his accounts at all.
Okay, so are you asking the court to award all the accounts in your name to you?
Yes,
And are you asking the court to award all the accounts in VJoy's name to him?
yes,
Okay, and because we don't know what is in his accounts, are we asking the court to consider that as part of the disproportionate division we've asked for?
yes,
Okay. Now you guys own a property together, is that right?
yes,
And it's your marital residence?
yes.
And who's living there?
Bijoy is living there.
Okay. And at the temporary order hearing, the court ordered
This is
VJoy
something we
to
have to keep an eye on. He is living there. Where is she living with their adult disabled son? And Erica, that's terribly tragic. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, where is she living with her adult disabled son while he's staying at the marital home? That's my question, because the judge, well, you'll see why. You'll see why later. We got to get through this whole thing, so I got to shut the fuck up.
pay for all of the expenses at the marital residence while he's living there. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the court also ordered him to pay for the mortgage payments while he was living there. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Has VJoy paid for those expenses?
He hasn't paid the mortgage expenses. I've paid all the expenses since no, he hasn't paid those expenses.
Okay, I'm going to scroll down and show you page 2 of our W1. I want you to look at number 14 here. Are we asking the court to award VJoy the expenses that he was supposed to pay under the temporary orders? Award them to VJoy as assets.
Yes,
Okay. Now he was supposed to pay child support,
yes,
and you said that he maybe made 4 payments.
yes, about three, yeah.
Okay.
3, 4.
And so maybe he owes a little bit less than what we have listed here, because I think this was from August 1st. The 4,070 was from August 1st to the present.
Right,
So 4 payments at 271.
actually, yeah,
So it's about 1,084 that we would need to give him credit for.
yeah, okay, that's fine. I casually wanted, that's fine. Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah,
Okay. Now you paid $25,000 in mortgage payments that he was supposed to pay. Is that correct?
yes, that is correct.
And now he was ordered to pay expenses at the marital residence, and you've covered those in the amount of $24,000.
That's correct.
Okay. And this is all dating back to August of 2024. So this case has been pending for a little bit, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Now he was also ordered to pay for repairs at the marital residence while the house was listed for sale.
that's
Correct.
correct.
And has he paid for any repairs at the marital
No.
residence? Okay. And so you're asking the court to award his half of the repairs that you've paid to
Right.
him as an asset.
Right.
Okay. Now, have you also had to pay his living expenses to some degree?
Yeah, I had to pay the utilities for some of the utilities and for the
And the
house.
court ordered him at temporary orders to pay his own living expenses. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay. And so you paid about $4,000, $4,100 in living expenses for Mr. Joseph,
that sounds about right. Yes,
and you're asking the court to reimburse you for that as well.
yes,
Okay. And we had a motion to compel hearing because Mr. Joseph didn't respond to discovery. Remember that?
yes,
And Judge Lee ordered him to pay attorney's fees to you.
yes,
Okay. And she ordered $1,752 in attorney's fees. Is that right?
that is correct.
And he never paid any portion of that, correct?
No,
Okay. All right. I'm gonna walk you through the rest of our exhibits really quick. I want to show you. Sorry. What I have marked as W19. This is the appraisal that you just were able to obtain recently back in
Yes.
August related to the marital residence. Is that right?
that's correct.
Okay. And the house, I'm going to scroll down. The house was appraised at.
They don't have arboreal rice where you're at, Shane. Walmart has a brand. That's good to know. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Amazon Fresh has good risotto. I've never tried an Amazon Fresh place. I would love to. I'm pretty sure Whole Foods has that kind of rice in America.
Right here where I have it highlighted, it was appraised for how much?
640,000.
Okay, and we have that amount. I'm gonna switch back to W1. We have that amount reflected in our spreadsheet, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, at the top there.
Yes.
All right, now I want to show you W4. This is the most recent mortgage statement, correct?
Yes, I don't have access to the statement, so yes, yes, this is the most recent.
This is the one from November. It says that the due date on the next payment is
Yes,
November.
that is correct.
The October statement.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and it shows that there's a current balance owed of $52,331.28.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and that's also reflected on our W1 here at the top in
Yes,
red.
that is correct.
Okay. And so there's about 587,668.72 in equity in the marital residence based
Yes,
on
that
the
is
numbers.
correct.
Okay. All right. Now I also want to show you W5.
Well, shit. She can. That's a lot of equity. That is a lot of equity. Isn't that like most of it? That's not a good trick for sushi rice. Yoga mat. Fucking people up. I have literally 4 types of rice in my cupboard right now. Hi, Chuck. I'm going to Costco this weekend. I'm so excited. Very excited. I mean, I live in a very international city, I will say. So I can get most groceries. There's multiple Asian markets around here. So anything Asian that I want, I can usually get. Also, East Indian, we have a lot of. Oh no, John, I'm sorry. You were pink for 2 days. You know? Also, I just wanted to introduce everybody to my squishy cat. This is my squishy cat. It is like a very fun little thing. But we don't have time, Paisley. You have fucking meetings all day.
This is your Credit Union of Texas account statement. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
This is the most recent statement, October.
Yes.
Okay, and the balance on this account, the 3,400 and change, that's also listed in our spreadsheet right here on C, correct?
Right.
Okay. W6, that's your DCU statement,
Right.
and the current balance is also reflected in our spreadsheet.
Right.
Okay. And W7, that's your First Watch Credit Union statement. And we've updated that balance based on the statement in our spreadsheet as well.
Right. It's the most recent statement. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now you also have an IRA account and a 403B account. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And W8, this reflects your most recent Fidelity IRA statement.
Yes.
Okay. And the 28,000, that's the same value that we have listed in our W1. I'm just gonna
Yes.
pull it back really quick. And we have that listed right here
Yes, that's correct.
under retirement accounts.
F's in
Yes.
the chat for
And
Chuck's PS5.
W9, that is, sorry, that's your 403B
Yes.
most recent plan statement.
Yes.
And the 23,000, that's the current balance, 23,534.52. And that's also reflected in our spreadsheet. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you're asking the court to award all the, and you testified earlier, you want the court to award all the accounts to you that are in your name, is that correct?
Yes.
And that would include the retirement accounts as well.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right, and so you would prefer to pay Mr. Joseph his portion of the estate out of the equity in the home,
Yes.
okay? And are you asking the court to award the home to you?
Yes.
And you'd like to have the court award the home to you and allow you to refinance so that you could buy Mr. Joseph out for
Yes.
whatever portion of the equity is awarded to him.
Now
Yes.
you're thinking.
Okay. And in the event that you can't do that,
Yeah.
would you ask the court then to order you to sell the house
Halloween
Yes.
costumes last
after
night.
a certain period of time?
Yes.
You know how much time you would need to try to refinance?
I'm not 100%, maybe about a month. I'm not sure if, yes,
Would
maybe about,
90 days, would 90 days be reasonable?
yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
All right. Now you also own a car together, is that right?
Yes,
Okay. And it's a Hyundai, correct?
yes,
Elantra.
Elantra, yes,
And so our W-10 here, this is the appraisal that we were able to pull in relation to the Hyundai Elantra,
yes,
and it's valued at about $2,500.
yes, I guess,
And
yes.
who drives that vehicle?
Bijoy does,
Okay, and that's in his possession.
yes,
And you're asking the court to award that car to Ejoy.
yes,
Okay. All right. Now you also have a health savings account,
yes,
and the balance. This is W11. This is your most recent statement on that account.
yes,
Okay, and the balance of 14,550.78. That's referenced in our W1 exhibit, correct?
yes.
All right. Okay. I want to shift gears to your business now.
Okay.
You own a business, correct?
Yes,
What's your profession?
I'm a dentist.
Okay. And uh, your business is named Minnie Joseph DDS PLLC, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. W12, this is a valuation you're able to get in relation to your business. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct.
Okay. And I'm going to scroll down to the first page of the evaluation. Right here where it provides the opinion. What was the business appraised at?
287,000.
Okay. And that includes appraisal of all the assets of the business.
Yes,
Okay.
Good job, Minnie.
Now you also have a loan against the business, is that right?
I do. Yes,
And W13, this is a statement, the most recent statement, which reflects the balance of that loan.
yes,
Correct.
that is correct.
Okay, and currently there's a balance of 87,704.31 against the business.
That's correct.
Okay, and I'm just going to flip back to W1. That's reflected on our chart here, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. All right. And you're asking the court to award your business to you,
Yes,
and
Oh my god, we're never gonna get through this, Paisley. We're never gonna get through this. Oh my god. But I had to stop. It wasn't a nappy? Because I 100% believed that it was a nappy. Oh my god. And then, but an appointment does make more sense, Adam. Hi. Nice to see you. Yeah. Amazing. I prefer a nappy, you know? But also, I just realized, like, we're never gonna get through this. Oh, fuck.
so you're awarding that. We're asking the court to award that value to you, the net value of the business valuation less the loan.
yes.
Okay. All right. Now, what about
Brooklyn, you
debts?
wanna get her name right, it's
Did you
Minnie.
get any information from Mr. Joseph related to his debts?
I don't know his financial situation.
Okay. So are you asking the court to award any debts that are in his name that he incurred solely in his name to him as part of this divorce?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other debts that you have? Do you have any credit card debt?
No, no.
Okay. But if there is any debt out there that's in your name, you're asking the court to award that to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. I want to show you also what I have marked as W 16 and W 15.
Drive safe,
Bear with me here.
Adam. I'm looking up Mr. Billboy's
Okay, this is a chart that you created, correct?
Yes,
This shows the payments that you've made on behalf of Mr. Joseph since the temporary order hearing.
that's correct.
Okay, and this includes mortgage payments and household expenses.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I want to show you what I have as W16. Sorry. This is a chart that you also made, correct?
Yes.
And this shows payment of expenses that you've made on Mr. Joseph, on behalf of Mr. Joseph since temporary order hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Um, I want to show you really quickly W14 and W17. Sorry.
Okay.
This is a copy of the temporary orders that were entered after our hearing in front of Judge Lee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this shows that the court found that you were appointed the guardian of Alex, and
Mhm.
the guardianship order was incorporated into this order by reference.
Right.
Okay, and this also shows that the court ordered BJoy to pay $271.38 per month in support. for
Yes.
Alex. Okay. Then I want to also show you what the court ordered in relation to the expenses. The court ordered each party to pay their own living expenses here, correct?
Yes.
And also ordered Mr. Joseph to be solely responsible for payment of all costs, fees, expenses, obligations related to the marital residence.
That's correct.
Not included, but wasn't limited to mortgage, utilities, electric, gas, water, internet, etc.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Saving except for the November 2024 payment, which would be divided 50-50 between the parties.
Yes.
Okay. And the court also ordered Mr. Joseph, or also ordered that if you paid any of these amounts from Mr. Joseph, you could be reimbursed from
Right.
the proceeds on a dollar for dollar reimbursement from the proceeds of the sale.
Yes.
And that's this section right here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then I also want to show you by 17. Okay, this is a copy of the order on the motion to compel. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And this is where the judge said that Mr. Joseph had to pay you $1,000, but if he didn't produce the discovery by August 15, he had to pay the full 1,752 that we had listed in the order.
Yes.
And he never paid that, correct?
No.
Okay. Um, Now you were able to do some research and in relation to the care that's needed for Alex.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to tell the court a little bit about what you found in your research in relation to what you expect to have to pay for Alex in the future.
So my son has grade 3 autism, which is a severe form of autism. He's going to need a lifelong care, which means that not just my lifetime, but I have to prepare for how to provide for him throughout his lifetime. The estimated lifetime cost of taking care of a child with autism is more than $2.4 million, and this is based off of the PubMed article and research done on that. The life expectancy of an autistic male with intellectual disability is 71.7 years. And this is based off of a UK matched cohort study. The total annual estimated cost is approximately 40,000 to 89,000 per year. And this is based off of what is required in terms of respite care, residential care, therapies, medical costs, and other costs associated with taking care of a child with special needs.
Okay, what are respite programs?
So respite care things are like day programs. My son right now goes for a day program, which is sometimes a few hours a day. It's like if it is right now he goes for a day program, so it is like a few hours a day where he goes to a program where they keep him engaged, have him do some activity, so he's not doing nothing, he's doing something, they're keeping him busy. So the program that he goes to right now, they offer both a day program as well as a program that teaches him things as well. So it's a good program that he's in right now. So respite is also in cases where if you have like a weekend or something like that, they provide services to take care of the kids.
Okay, and Alex goes to other therapies, is that correct?
Alex is now qualified for speech as well as occupational therapy. He's going to be starting that soon, but he does go for dance class. Yes.
Okay. And so as of right now, and because Mr. Joseph isn't providing you any support, are you covering all those expenses?
Yes.
Okay, and those expenses are expected to continue indefinitely, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and at least for the rest of Alex's life.
Yes.
All right, and um, you were able to provide me with a copy of Alex's. He had a neuropsychological evaluation back in 2023,
That is correct.
and that was in connection with his high school.
Yes, so we had him do a neuropsych evaluation. That's when he was diagnosed with the severity of autism that he has, which is he has grade 3, which is the severest form of autism.
Okay, and this is the most recent evaluation that
Yes.
Alex had. Okay, and on page 7 of this evaluation, that's where you understanding that's where the autism spectrum disorder diagnosis is concluded there.
Yes. So the different types of autism, with my son, he has both intellectual impairment as well as language impairment. And because of him being a level 3, he requires very substantial support for the rest of his life.
Okay, and like we talked about earlier, you testified earlier, and according to this report, he's not ever expected to be able to live independently in the
No,
future.
he's not expected to live independently, ever have a job, or even drive.
So he'll either need to continue to live with you or in a group home or something like that.
Yes, a residential program long term. Yes.
Okay, all right. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. And counsel, you have 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. Sir, this is your opportunity to ask any questions of Mrs. Joseph that you just heard based on her testimony, and you have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, or if you ask a question that is not appropriate, essentially, you will hear her attorney object. Okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Am I allowed to provide my own testimony first, Your Honor?
Well, and let me tell you this, if you choose not to ask her any questions, you can do that. You can just wait until it's your turn to provide testimony.
Okay, so I would like to ask a question, sir. This is my turn to ask questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Minnie, can you tell me, during the time, the last 10 years, when we were in the house together, who was taking care of Alex during the day?
So Alex was going to school. He was in middle school and high school at the time. So he was attending school when so Alex graduated from high school in 2022. And he started the transitional program in Copel. So he was going to school from 8 to 4. After 4, you were at the house with Alex, and you would take him for therapies. Not therapies, you take him for programs.
Right. So was this repeated from in primary school, middle school,
Yes.
and in all three, you're saying it was after 4, or was there an earlier time in previous schools?
So
Because
with his middle school program, his program, I think, got over it was from 8 to 3. So he was in school for the majority of the day.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, when I instruct you all to stop speaking, you'll have to do that so we have a clean record. We didn't hear any question, Mr. Joseph, that you asked. You may have to slow down in speaking because my court reporter is trying to write down everything that you're saying.
okay, yes, Honor.
Now ask your question again.
I have to repeat the same question? Okay, so my question was, did Alex go to the same school where he left at 4 p.m. every day for the last 10 years, or was he in different schools during the time? Because he was in primary, middle, that's what I'm trying to find out.
In the last 10 years, Alex was in middle school for 3 years, and then 4 years, and then in high school for 3 years. So during that time, his school was sometimes the bus would pick him up at 6:30 in the morning and drop him back at 3 in the afternoon. So he was going to school for the majority of the day. when he graduated from his high school program, which is, I think, 2 years, well, he's in 20, he graduated from the high school program about 2 years back, 3 years back. Then his program changed to a transition program, which was a lot shorter. It was like from 9 to 1, I think. But prior to that, he was going to school for more than 6 to 8 hours a day, because he was in middle school and high school.
What were your working hours during the day when he was in school?
So I used to leave pretty early in the morning. I used to leave at around 6:30 because I had a commute. It's about a 40-minute to an hour commute. And I would come back sometimes at 6:30 or 7 in the evening. I
Right.
used to do 12-hour days.
So who was taking care of Alex during the time before he got to school and after he came back from school?
So the time that he was back home from school and the time that I came home was about a 3-hour window, and you were at home with Alex during that time.
So was I taking care of Alex to get him on the bus as well as to when he's back home, that be that to receive him?
Yes, you were there for him when he goes in the morning to go to school, and then to bring him back home. You were there when you would come back home from school.
Did Alex have any behavioral issues in the last 10 years at school? Were there issues where the teachers were complaining that he was violent, aggressive?
Alex had a few strings of behaviors. When he was in middle school, he had no behaviors during the whole 4 years that he was in school in middle school. When he was in high school, there were a few periods of time, especially after COVID, that he had a lot of behaviors. That's one of the reasons why we did do the evaluation for Alex.
Right. So when he had these behavioral issues and he had to be picked up from school, who was doing that mostly?
Well, when he had to be picked up from school, you were doing that because I was at work.
So these issues were there during when he was 10 years old, as well as when he was older, like an adult age, 18 years. Was that right?
So for during middle school, he had no behavioral issues. That was about 4 years. When he was in high school, the first 2 years, he didn't have behavioral issues. It started after the after the COVID time. That's when he had behavioral issues.
And how many children do we have?
We have two kids. We have Diana and Alex.
So one is a daughter, one is a son, correct?
Yes.
And you said that I stopped working for the last 12 years, but who was paying the bills for the first 10 years of our marriage, from 2000 to 2010?
So the first 10 years of the marriage, you were paying the bills because I was on a H4 visa. I couldn't work. And that was also the time that I had the kids, and I was at home taking care of them. They were very young. That was the time that they were born. And, so the first few years, you were taking care of them. And I went to school when my son was around 3 years old and my daughter was around 5 years old.
So what is the cost of a dental education?
I attended an advanced standing program, which was a 2-year program, and the total cost of that program was about 150,000.
Would you say it's more closer to between 150 to 180,000?
Probably, I'm not 100% on the exact numbers.
So you said you're not sure of how much was paid, but who was making the payments on that education for you?
You did make the payments on my dental education.
And when was this period when you had this education, when I was paying for this? Can you give me an approximate year?
I went to school between 2000. I graduated in 2009, so it was a 2-year program, so 2007 to 2009.
Are you aware that I'm not sure if I just want to check. Are you aware that I made payments on the house from my bank accounts and from my retirement?
That actually does lend itself to splitting the property more fairly. They have gone through time. See, and if he had a lawyer, this is what they would be explaining, right? That he sacrificed a lot at the beginning of their marriage in terms of earnings and put her through dental school with the expectation and understanding that he was not going to be working. This is no surprise. That's why it happened for 12 years, Your Honor. That's what I would argue.
Accounts.
So So the entire down payment on the house was what I made. I don't think you contributed at all to the down payment. So the entire 75,000, which was the down payment on the house, was something that I paid for when we bought the house up front. And most of the mortgage payments, I think about more than 95% of it was, I paid those amounts, as well as the taxes and I paid the taxes for all the years of the house.
So this
You may
question,
have contributed initially, but, sorry?
yes. So this question is not on the down payment. It was on the first 3 years who was paying for the house. First 3 to 4 years.
So the first year, the year that we bought the house, the year immediately after that was when you stopped working. That was the time that, so we bought the house in 2000. We moved in 2013. You stopped working in 2013. So most of the payments of the house, which for the last 12 years, I think when you look at the actual number of payments that are done, most of it have done most of the payments, about 90% or more.
So did you take the loan on the house yourself?
The loan of the house is in your name, but I made all the payments in my name. My name is not in the deed, and I have absolutely no ownership in the house other than it being for a communal property. So even though I made all the down payment as well as the mortgage payments, I'm not in the deed or the title of the house.
So you're saying that as soon as the loan agreement was done by me, you're saying that you started paying immediately, or was there a time
So
when
you may have paid the first few months of loan, but then again, like I told you, when you look at the overall duration of the loan, the amount that was paid is about, I've paid more than 90% of the actual mortgage payments from the start of the loan to now. So I've been paying the loan for the last 12 years. So even though you've paid like a few amounts, the overall percentage of payment has been made by me, and it's because at that time you were not working. So I was paying for that as well as supporting the finances in the house.
So you're saying as soon as I stopped working, I also stopped paying as soon as I made the loan?
No, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying that you did not make any payments. I'm just saying that I made the bulk of the payments.
Okay. Are you aware that I had a retirement account when I was married to you, but I don't have that now?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, are you aware what? That last question, are you aware what?
Are you aware that I had a retirement account earlier, but I don't have it now at this point of time because I made the payments on the house after I ran out of money?
So the retirement account was not an account that I'd asked for you to break or do anything with. That was your decision, and how you spent the money on that and what you spent it on, I have no idea because I was never on any of them, on any of the bank accounts or the statements from the beginning. So I really don't.
Well, that doesn't mean that you had separate finances, I would argue. Thank you, Sir Philip. $5 for a stronger drink. Bartender. um, you know, this is difficult. He really should have a lawyer. I think he really should.
Know what payments were made, but if you pull up the mortgage payments that have been made through your bank, they would be able to compare and let you know that the bulk of the payments, about 90%, have been made by me.
I would say 3/4, maybe.
I have a
Objection
feeling it
to the
has to
sidebar.
do with their immigration status, Cellulite Yoga Pants. She mentioned that she was an H4 visa, I think. Probably not allowed to. I think there are implications when you first come to a country. You don't have any proof that you're part of the. Ah! Ah! Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, we'll do a little dance. Thank you, Legal Fiction. I know you don't need to be a citizen to buy a house, but first of all, thank you, Legal Fiction. Wow, amazing. Welcome, new members. Look at these names. I love it. I recognize some of them. I don't recognize some of them, and that is amazing. Welcome and thank you, Legal Fiction. That rocks. What we were saying is that what I was saying is that I think there might be some implications at the beginning of their relationship in the 2000, like 2000, the year 2000. It sounds like they immigrated to the country, that she stayed home and had babies and then went to school. I'm assuming because I thought she said it was a 2-year program that she's obviously had some prior education. So I'm not sure about. I don't know. Like it to me, it seems almost a moot point. Like if you're buying the house that you live in together, it might. Could it have been just an oversight or what? Who knows? It does seem like a form of control though. If she's talking about it, to me, it's like, who looks at the deed of their house very often? Says the lady who's never owned a house. Maybe when you have a deed to a house, you do look at it often, Paisley. These are things we learn. Chuck, we love you, appreciate you. We'll see you over at Credence and Mikey. Thank you again, Legal Fiction. Let's continue. We just have to continue.
Your Honor.
We
Because
can look
the
at the
house has
record.
been there from not 2012 but 2013.
Stop speaking. What was your objection, counsel?
I was objecting to the argument or the sidebar of Mr. Joseph.
Sustain.
Okay. Um, the house has been in our possession from 2013, end of 2013. Would you agree?
I thought it was 2012.
December 2013.
I'm not 100. I thought it was 2012, but I'm not 100%.
Initially, in your business, who set up the website for your business?
You had set up the website for the business, but the only contribution really to the running of my business and the setting up as well as the day-to-day handling of the business, you really were not involved at all. You did help to set up the business. The other thing that the website of the business, the other thing I think that you helped of was when we had the what do you call it? The server, you'd come in like two days for that server set up. And then I think when I bought the practice, you helped to pay to send the letters. But other than that, I've been running the business for the last 8 years, and it requires, you've not really been involved in taking care of the business.
What is my profession?
You're an engineer.
Yes. Am I a dentist?
You're not a dentist.
So I can't do any dentistry work for you. Can I in your office?
No.
So the only thing I can do is probably, because I'm an electronics engineer, is basically help you with the computers, with the IT, with your servers, which I did, which you admitted that I did for you. You change out all the servers in your office, the server as well as 4 machines in your office, and you have admitted that I've done that for you just now.
The amount of work that has been done is probably about 4 days of work. The amount of work that I have running every single day of the business is totally different. So the amount of involvement does not contribute. You're not really contributing to helping me run the business. And the running of the business, even though it's not that you're doing the technical stuff. There were times that I had absolutely no staff, and I had to run the business by myself with no help.
Yes, I'm not asking
got
question
no
about the
support.
dentistry. I'm not asking question about the dentistry portion of the business, which is the
It's
most
not
of
the
business.
dentistry is a portion of it. Not everybody that works for me is a dentist. I have people that are support staff, people that can help me answer phone calls, people that can do things that, especially when you're overwhelmed, they're people that can help. You're not really supportive. It was completely on my own.
Yes, I'm not questioning that at all. I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying that I could only do what I was capable of doing, which is electronics and the computers when I had to help, but I had no way of. Do you know at certain times I did help you with some of the insurance to help you, to reduce your costs? To some extent, me and Diana, our daughter.
The amount of involvement and help that I got was very minimal. My daughter did help me with a lot of things because she did post for my office and she did help me with verifications. She is not a dentist, but she was very helpful in helping me run the practice. I could count on her to be there to help me for some of it, Of course, she was a full-time student, so she couldn't be there all the time. But the times that she was helping me. You don't have to be a dentist to help. You don't have to be a dentist to be supportive. You can be supportive just by being there, by helping him when you're going through some hard times. I did not feel supported at all.
What is our daughter's course of study at this time?
Yeah, I'm going to object to relevance.
Sir, you may ask your next question.
It's an adult
Yeah.
child. It doesn't matter.
So our son, did he ever behave in an aggressive manner towards his teachers, especially during the years from 2020 to 2024?
Alex did have aggressive behaviors. He had some aggressive behaviors towards me also. But then there was a time that he was going through some very difficult things, and we did have a consultation with the doctor. One of the other big issues that we had is there was no non-agreement on medicating Alex. So that was one of the issues that we had in his treatment. At a point when Alex was having behaviors, he did have a few times where he was aggressive, and he did go through periods of time that he was having an extremely difficult time adjusting to the environment, especially after COVID, when going back to school. And yes, he had aggression at that time, and he had behavioral issues. I'm not disputing that he didn't have that. He did.
So do you agree that he had certain days, in fact, more than one day, where he had to be picked up from school and kept at home so that his behaviors could be controlled?
There were a few days that he had to be taken out from school.
Okay,
But the
and who was
number of
taking care
days
of him
during
when he
that,
had this?
so you were there during that time, but part of the issue that we had during that time was also that you were not really wanting him to be medicated. So, and your idea of, because you didn't really believe in the doctors being the right people to treat him, that created a lot of issues as well. So we did go and follow up with the doctor to help to help Alex at that time. He did go through phases. I'm not saying that he didn't, and he did have behavioral issues. That is very true. But it was something that was not for a whole year. It was a couple of times, he had behaviors for a few months. I do agree to that. And you were there to pick him up.
Pick him up, but not take care of him?
So I don't know what you mean by taking care of him. Alex had behaviors. He was at home. He was on the top floor. You were on the ground floor. He was doing his own stuff.
Okay. What kind of activities did Alex have before our separation?
Activities. So Alex used to go to a special needs. He used to do a karate with. He used to do karate, and then he took part in some of the special needs Olympics with in Copel. So like swimming and basketball and a few activities like that.
Right.
After
So prior
school.
to the separation, who took him for all those activities, including
You did
karate?
take him through all those activities because again, I was at work.
Correct. So do you agree that if there are two parents taking care of an autistic child who is not a physically handicapped child, but he's actually cognitively and mentally handicapped, that typically in this kind of arrangement, one parent would sit back to take care of that kid?
So one of the main issues that we had, and one of the main reasons why I'm separating, is also because of verbal abuse towards my son. It created a lot of emotional distress for Alex and created an environment that he was just not in a good. It was not in a good place. So with having said that, I think that even though sometimes it helps to have two parents, but that if the parent is not helping him, it's better that he has one parent.
How are you helping him at this time? Because you are working in the morning, you drop
I'm
pick him
trying to
up at
create a
evening, right?
safe
But you don't
and
see him in between.
I'm trying to create a safe and peaceful environment for him. So of course, I'm not going to be able to take him to all the activities that he can do that he was doing in when he was living with you. But he does go for a program on Wednesdays for dance, and I do the best that I can. I know that I can't put him in all the programs that he used to do, but I try to do the best that I can in doing as many programs as. And he does a full day program in school as well that keeps him engaged. He's starting a speech as well as occupational therapy program. There is a lot of improvement in his behavior. We're seeing absolutely zero aggression. There's no issues with sleep with him. He's actually he's in a much better mental situation now than he has been.
But you agree that this is only a certain period of time that he had this aggression. It's not like he had it throughout his life.
So his aggression does come up whenever there are some environmental factors or anything that makes his situation worse. So if there is a change in his environment, sometimes with changes in school, it can create it. If there are some issues at home, it can create it. So yes, I'm not saying that he's going to be perfectly normal the rest of his life, but I'm saying that I'll try and support him the best that I can for the rest of his life. I'm not going to be able to do everything in terms of taking him for all programs, but I'll do my best to take him for whatever I can.
But do you agree then that he was going for more programs before the
He may have
separation?
been going for more programs, but the environment that he was in was not healthy for his mental health.
But
And
this
it was
is
not
your
a
own.
peaceful environment for him
But this
because
is
there
your
was a
opinion.
lot of screaming, there was a lot of verbal abuse, there was a lot of calling names, and that is not healthy for anybody, not especially a child with special needs.
This is your own opinion, of course. It's not my opinion. This is because I was who was a primary caretaker for that period before the
Hold
separation.
on, your
Was it you or
opinion.
me?
Hold on, bro.
You were at home with
Hey,
Alex.
fucker. Did you just say your opinion is that disabled children should be sworn at? You find that works for you? Is that what I'm fucking hearing? I really don't have time to go back, but he's rubbing me the wrong way. She is way more believable. She's been making the payments on his house, plus the payments on her house, plus taking care of the kid, and he's been doing nothing but writing something that I can't even find on the internet. How widely distributed is your book, sir?
That does
I was
not
at
make
home.
you a
Okay.
primary caretaker. You were at home with him for longer hours than I was. It doesn't make you the person that is the person that's taking
Y'all
care of
heard
him.
me?
Sorry, I can hear
Sorry,
you. I
Judge,
didn't.
you're cutting out a little bit.
Okay, when I speak, you all have to stop speaking.
Okay.
The court reporter cannot write down what both of you are saying at the same time. So, Mr. Joseph, as she's speaking, you have to allow her to finish before you ask your next question, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and ma'am, after he asks a question, you finish what you have to say, but you can't start speaking again. Wait until the next question is asked, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I don't remember what.
Ask your next question.
Yes, Your Honor. So, how long have you had your business?
8 years.
Yes. And you agree that I did help you with some of the work in setting up the
I'm
business?
going to object to asked and answered.
The same.
Okay. Did me and my daughter ever help you with the insurance claims for our patients sometimes?
I answered that question already, but yes, when I didn't have any staff members, my daughter was involved in helping me with all of the insurance claims. You helped me with some of the insurance claims, but we couldn't work together because it was not healthy. It was toxic and it was emotionally very difficult for me. So that's why we stopped. You didn't help me after that. You did it for a couple of weeks, I think, and then I did not have any help with the insurance claims.
So at the house, would you say that you paid all the utilities on the house? I see that you have mentioned a few. And I did ask you for help, so I'm trying to figure out.
I'm going to object to the statements that Mr. Joseph's making.
Okay, what is your legal objection, counsel?
Well, I mean, objection to the fact that he's testifying as opposed to asking questions and the sidebar that he's making.
Sustain.
Did you
Sir,
pay for all the utilities on the house?
Are you talking about the utilities since the
Separation.
temporary orders?
Since the separation, yeah.
Yeah, no, not all the utilities. I paid all the gas utilities and some of the some bills for the water and the electricity,
Right.
which you had requested at some point. Yeah.
Did you pay all the mortgages on the house during separation?
Yes.
All?
During the separation, I paid all. Actually, even before, after I left, even before the temporary orders, I paid all except for one. But that was starting in May. You paid, I think, June. But after the temporary orders, I paid all.
Uh, Do you know if there's a full-time job that allows you to stop working during school time for a kid?
I'm not quite understanding the question.
Okay. Do you know what hours I was working prior to my layoff?
Yes,
What hours are those?
At
they
BlackBerry,
were
a
full
defunct
days.
company. Objection
From
relevant.
morning till evening,
Okay.
8 to
Are they
5.
comparable to school timings for children?
Well, they kind of comparable a little bit to what I'm, well, no, not, so the kids are usually home by 3. So before,
They're not
there was a
kids.
time when Diana and Alice were younger, and we were both working, and they were going to school, and then they were going to a daycare program after. So when you ask me, is it comparable? In the sense that they get out of school at 3, but they used to go to a aftercare program, and they would have to be picked up before 6. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Sir, you have 7 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Yes, Your Honor. Was I a full-time engineer from 2000 to 2013?
Yes,
A full-time
well,
job?
most of it, yes. Most
And
of the
after your
time.
dental school, which
There
year
were
did
a
you
few
start working?
times where, because of layoffs and things like that, there were a few breaks.
After your dental school, which year did you start working?
2010.
Uh, would you say Alice is more occupied now with activities, or not counting the daycare, that is program he has, activities outside school activities now than he was before the separation?
So
Objection
Alex,
asked and answered.
yeah,
Sustained.
Have you allowed me to see my son anytime since the separation? For the
no,
last over 1 year and 3 months?
no.
But you admitted that I'm the caretaker. I was the caretaker earlier. So why haven't you done that? Why haven't you allowed me a minute at least?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
Uh, So, have you allowed me any time with our son?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained. Sir, let me help you a little bit. You may want to ask questions related to why we're here today. We're here today based on the division of property, the assets between you and your wife. So any other questions that you're asking outside of that, although you're asking them, that 2 things. Number 1, you're wasting time. And then 2, the questions that you're asking are not helping me make a decision that you would want me to do today. So if you would ask questions related to why you're here, that would be great.
Your Honor, there's a reason for asking those questions, because there's a reason why I was not working full time for the last 10 years. There was a reason, and that was for my son.
Okay, so you can let me know that when it's your turn to speak, but if you spend all your time asking her questions that aren't related to her testimony, you're going to end up running out of time and I won't get an opportunity to hear what you have to say. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So you have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel, anything further from your client?
No, Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
All right, I have some questions for you. Ma'am, have you been a domiciliary of the state of Texas for the past 6 months?
Yes,
Have you been a resident of Dallas County for the 90 days preceding the filing of this lawsuit?
so I live in Tarrant County.
Okay, so at the time of the filing of the lawsuit,
Yes, I was though. Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't quite understand. Okay.
No problem, no problem. And you're currently married to, is it Bejoy Joseph?
Yes,
All right. And you all have 2 adult children together, is that correct?
that is correct.
Do you have any children under the age of 18?
No,
Or any other children born or adopted in this marriage? Are you currently expecting a child now?
no,
All right. Are you asking the court to divide your property and assets based on what it is that you requested here today?
yes, that is correct.
All right. Do you believe that that is just and right in terms of what you're asking?
Yes,
All right. Are you asking for a name change at this time?
no.
Okay, thank you. All right, counsel, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to call Bejoy Joseph.
All right, and you have 2 minutes and 57 seconds left.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Joseph, state your full name for the court.
My name is Bijoy Joseph.
Okay. And you're aware that Miss Joseph is appointed the guardian over the person of Alex, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you, in fact, participated in the lawsuit wherein Miss Joseph was appointed the permanent guardian over the person of Alex, correct?
No, I do not.
You didn't participate in that lawsuit?
No, I don't recall it.
You
I
don't
agreed
recall?
to her privately,
Okay, well, you
but
had
I
to
did
be,
not
you had
participate
to,
in the session.
sorry, I'm sorry, sir, what'd you say?
I agreed to her privately because she said that she didn't trust my medical,
So you agreed?
but I did not join the session to do that. I just
Okay.
verbally agreed with her.
Now, you told this court that you put Miss Joseph through dental school, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, yes, Mr. Bowling.
And that's why you decided to quit your job, is so that Miss Joseph could take care of you and pay all the expenses of the estate after you got laid off, right?
No,
Okay, now you said you asked her, you couldn't do any dentistry in relation to her business, right?
yes.
But you can get a job as an engineer, can't you?
I was trying for a job, but I was not getting hired. I tried tried interviews, but I never got hired.
So you tried for 13 years to get a job as an engineer and couldn't find one.
Not 13. It's 11 years.
Okay, and you have a degree in engineering, correct?
That is correct.
And you were at the temporary order hearing when Judge Lee told you needed to find a job, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
And you still haven't found a job, correct?
It's not that I don't have a job. I have 2
Objection,
jobs.
non-responsive.
This is like a muskrat situation. I can see why he didn't get hired anywhere. You're annoying. Math is tough for an engineer.
Okay. I have 2 jobs.
You have 2 jobs now.
Not full time, but I'm
2
doing
jobs.
part time. Yes.
What are your jobs?
Well, I'm an author. I've written 3 books. I do advertising, sales of the books. I'm also a market trader, which I also make money to support paying all the utilities of the house. And
So
also,
are you self-employed doing those jobs?
that is correct.
How much do you make per month in those 2 jobs that you just testified about?
I was making this is earlier pay, 1,200, I would say earlier, but I had some health issues in between, some visual issues with my eyes and
Objection, non-responsive after 1,200.
Sustain.
How much were you making as an engineer?
this is back in, I don't,
You don't know how much you made per year as an
I'm
engineer?
trying to remember because this is back in 2014, 13 and 14. Believe it was maybe 8,000 to 8,500. I'm not sure. That was before I was laid off. Yeah,
8,500 per month?
before tax, earlier.
Per
Yeah,
month,
that's
correct?
11 years ago. Yes, I think.
Okay,
And-
counsel, what was your last question? You ran out of time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Or was that 80,500 per month that you were making?
No, Your Honor. That was 8,500 back in 2013. Yes, per month.
Was it monthly or yearly?
I think it's monthly.
Okay, so it was 8,500.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, at this time, you may tell me what it is you would like for me to know for your side of the case.
You mean my testimony?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So often I definitely have my own business. So my name is Bijoy Joseph. I've been married to my wife for 24 years. We have two adult children. One child, the younger one, is a boy who's autistic, and he's not able to take care of himself. I was a primary caretaker of the last 10 years, and I also had a job earlier as an engineer, and I got laid off. I tried for a job in between, but I realized, like, because of the nature of my work, which is you get outdated in about 6 months of stopping working. People think that you're outdated. It's difficult to get the job again. As I'm older now, my mid 50s, 55, almost 55 now, I'm finding it even more difficult to get that full-time job as an engineer. And I have to basically, because I've been out of touch, out of date with my job, I've been looking at two other separate jobs that I'm trying to make money off. So I'm not getting employment in my previous profession. So I've been trying to make money to support my family in between. It's been taking longer than usual. Other than that, I'm pretty confident in my ability to do so, but it's been only a year, or a little bit more than a year since we've been separated. And I think with a little more time, I would be able to make a little bit more money too. I definitely want to support my son because I was a primary caretaker from. I don't have no reason to not support my son. I absolutely 100%. I love my son, so I would definitely want to support him in whatever he does. And so for that, I also put my wife through dental school. It cost me $180,000 at the time when I was just making money, and I was just starting to add to my account mostly for my family expenses. I was growing my account, and then I had to spend money because I could get no loan to pay her. So I had to use some money from my account to pay for education for 3 years, 2 years, and that was the full cost of her dental education. When she started her business, I helped her with the IT at the beginning and the website, and with electronic equipment upgrades. And though she doesn't understand what electronics is in the office, I did some work with electronics. I didn't have to tell her what I did, but I was doing that for her in the office, trying to help her keep expenses down while I was trying to get a separate job. So it was a big change for me from full time to trying to doing different jobs, trying to make some money, and trying to find my bearing in those new jobs. Um, so when my son had issues at school, I had to go and pick him up, and this was many days. It's not just like 1 day or 2 days or even weeks. It was many days in between. He had a lot of issues, especially during COVID from 2020 to 2024. He had really a lot of issues. He was attacking his teachers. So I had to bring him home. I had to keep him, controlled. And this is very different from taking care of say, a physically handicapped child would not be as much problems, but an autistic child is very different. Every autistic child, if you have one autistic child, you have exactly one autistic child. That's what they say about autism. So he had cognitive and behavior issues, and I had to take care of him. And I realized that I had to find another way because I could not. My own working hours were just like hers, early morning, and I would have to go to work at 8, come back around 6:37, just like how she's doing now. So I realized that I could neither get a full-time job at those hours. Nobody would give me a job, engineering
Steal
job
of
at
a
those
deal,
hours,
MB.
stopping at 3 p.m. or 3:30. So I had to find another way of making money. And that's what my whole aim was. I knew I could not keep a job, full-time job in my profession. So I was outdated in my job. So I'm much older now. I'm not going to get the job ever again. So I've been trying to do these two other jobs to make me money. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make some money. I'll be able to ramp up that because it's been only 1 year since the separation. And it takes a little time to find a bearings in a new job. So this is what I'm doing. It's two part-time jobs to make money. And at the beginning of our house, I broke my retirement account.
She looks so
And though she
tired
said
of
I
this
was laid
shit.
off and she started making payments from the very first day of the loan agreement, that's not true. I I was paying, I paid for my bank accounts. I exhausted my bank accounts. When I exhausted my bank accounts, I broke my retirement account at a significant tax, and I paid from that retirement account for the house. So the first 3 years, I believe up to 2015 or 2016, maybe just about 2016, but not beyond that, I was making the mortgage payments in the house, and she was paying after that. And during the separation, I made two or maybe two mortgage payments I made. So I tried my best to plug in money whenever I could, and I ended up in debt.
That was your best, bro?
So I have a big credit card debt that I'm not able to pay. I'm just able to basically just barely paid every month off just the minimum amount because I got into debt. I also paid money on repairs on the house during during the separation, before the separation, and
Sir,
that put me in
was
more
your
debt.
that was your time.
Okay, yes, no, that's all.
You. Is it your testimony today that you do not have access to any money?
I have two part-time jobs, Your Honor. I'm ramping up the money that I'm making from those. I'm very confident in my ability to do that.
Let me ask the question differently. Do you have a checking account?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much is in there?
It's month to month. I'm living off month to month. It's like hardly, I would say $150 in one, and the other one hardly $10. But I'm making money every month to pay my utilities, and then I'm just living month to month mostly on the money I make.
How much are you making monthly, roughly?
It was earlier more, but because I had some health issues in between, I've been just slowly coming back up. It's hardly about 500.
Amount. I need a dollar amount. How much are you making on average monthly?
It's about 500 to 600. But it was higher earlier. It was 1,500 earlier.
All right, you're living in the house currently, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Miss Joseph is paying the bills?
Not really, not all the bills. I'm paying most of the utilities. She's helped me with a few utilities. She's helped me with the utilities that are in her name. The gas utility is in her name. All other utilities are in my name. All of the remaining 4 utilities are in my name. So I pay those. She's helped me with a few. I'm grateful for that. She's helped me with a few payments, but not regularly. On every month, it's me. She's paying the mortgage. Yes, that's true. She's paying the mortgage for it.
She's paying the mortgage right now, and you're living in the house, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Miss Joseph, can you afford to pay the mortgage for the next 90 days?
It's really hard because I'm paying for where I live as well, and I'm paying for my.
So this is where I think things actually get fucked up. If she could live in the house, she can afford to pay for it. Kick this fucker out. Why are you still there, sir? You need to swim. It's sink or swim time. It's been a year and a bit. Year and a bit to get your shit. Okay? So this is the problem. The judge, I don't understand why this gets mixed up here, but
My son's as well as my daughter's expenses. I may be able to I probably have to borrow, but it just adds up to my normal payments. So I'm kind of stretched financially because I'm paying for the house.
So right now,
Yeah, go ahead.
so right now, neither you nor Mr. Joseph are in a financial situation to afford paying this house on your own. Is that fair to say?
I don't want to have the house go into receivership. So because of, I will definitely try and get that paid for.
That wasn't my question. As of right now,
Right.
neither you nor Mr. Joseph are in a financial situation to afford the house. Is that correct?
It's
Your Honor,
definitely.
I would like to, can I add? I'm
No.
sorry.
No. You just said you don't have any money. I'm trying to see what Mrs. Joseph is saying.
So you asked me if I can continue to make payments on the mortgage for the next 90 days.
Correct, because if you're asking me to award you the home and allow you 90 days to refinance.
Right. I can, yes, I can make the payments for the next 90 days.
Okay, because you
I
do,
cannot do it indefinitely, but I can do it for the next 90 days.
and that's the issue with the court, right?
The
Because
judge is forgetting that she's
Refi-
gonna stop making the payments on the fucking apartment. This is the problem. She pays for her place to live. She pays for his place to live. She pays for all the kids' expenses. She's running her business, and he's working on it. He's working on it. I think her lawyer is sleeping right now. He is failing her significantly right now.
finance is not guaranteed. And
Exactly.
it's definitely not guaranteed in 90 days. So
Right.
the court is responsible for making sure that the community property is not depleted.
Exactly.
Potentially
Mhm.
going to be that way if I do not force the sale of the house right now. Because if I force the sale of the house right now, then you all can get the house ready for sale. It can be put on the market and you split the.
So can I just intervene? The house has actually been on the market. We've actually, so the last temporary order hearing, one of the reasons why we addressed the sale of the house was because I was paying the mortgage after I moved out of the house. And I was like, I cannot continue to do that indefinitely. So the house is currently in the market, but the problem is it's been in the market for the last 4 months. And that's one of the reasons why I'm looking, I do not want it to go into receivership. That's why I'm looking at trying to finance it so that I can buy the house. I don't know if I would be able to afford it. And that's the reason why we're looking at, so that's kind of where we're at. But if you're asking me, can I continue to make payments for the next 90 days to keep the property? Yes, I can. But I just cannot do that indefinitely for like 6 months or 7 months.
Right. And that's the issue because the house, is it listed for this 587? No, that's the value. What is the
Right.
house?
So initially, the initial listing of the house was 775. And then they brought down the value to 745. And kind of recently, we had an issue with that, but then they kind of, it's been about a month that they've reduced the value to 699. So since it hasn't yet brought about a sale, that's why we did the appraisal again, just to figure out why it was not selling. So that's kind of where we're at. So I think that, yeah. So even though the house has been in the market for the last 4 months, it hasn't sold.
Judge is confused. This lady can easily afford this house. Remember, they only own
Your Honor,
50,000.
Can
It's
I?
almost paid off.
What
They
is
have
it?
all that equity.
I am willing to make the payment for the next 3 months.
That's
Huh?
Mr. Joseph. Thank you. That's not the issue though. You're saying you can do it for the next 3 months. That's in the next 90 days. If this house has already been on the market for 4 months, there's a likelihood it may be on the market longer than 90 days.
She
I can
wants
make
to
the
live
payments
in
going
it.
forward because I want to take that off her hand. I don't want her to have to
How-
pay.
Take the payments and you just sit here and told me you did not have any money.
Your Honor, that is true.
To pay the
But
mortgage, or don't you have money to pay the mortgage?
I have time to pay the mortgage for this month and I can make the payment by the end of the month. I will be able to do it. I'm pretty sure I'm ramping up my income. I may have a different income in a month because I'm making more money now, a little bit more money now, and I had a health issue earlier and just came out of it. So I'm 100% sure I can make that payment because I have a month to pay this payment. I can make all payments so that she doesn't have to pay because I don't want her to have to go through the trouble.
So can I say something? I did try and get a pre-approval for a loan, and I think that I may qualify for that. So I did get a letter from the bank saying that that they are going to pre-approve me for the loan. They were still looking at all the nuances of that, so that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
I think Your Honor, if they
You
reduce
provide a summary of requested relief?
I did not, Your Honor. I used the spreadsheet as the proposed property division, but I can submit one if the court needs me to.
No, it's fine.
But I have a pre-approval if you want to look at that. But like I told you again, we're not sure. Oh,
It's
sorry.
fine. It's fine. I appreciate that though.
Yeah.
So the court is going to order that the house be sold.
Yeah, it's on the market.
First, let me say, we're gonna grant the divorce. The divorce is granted on grounds of insupportability. The court is going to order that since the date of separation, each party is responsible for their own debts. Ma'am, you're responsible for your own attorney's fees. I'm going to award the house to wife, but you all have I'm ordering the home to be sold. I'm not doing any language for refinancing. It's just too risky. So the house needs to be sold, and I am going to grant the disproportionate division of 65.12% to wife and 34.88% to husband.
Your Honor, can I ask you, ask you something?
No, sir.
Those numbers,
No, sir. No. Wife gets to keep her business. Wife is responsible for the loan that is on her business. So essentially, counsel, the spreadsheet here with the award of the motor vehicles to each party, that's granted.
Okay.
The award of the retirement benefits to wife, that's also granted. Husband, sir, you get to keep any retirement accounts, anything like that you have that the court is unaware of, you get to keep that as well.
Your Honor, do I have to pay the entire mortgage amount remaining on the house?
Right now, counsel, isn't your client paying the mortgage right now?
She is, Your Honor. Judge Lee did order Mr. Joseph to pay it, and obviously he hasn't been able to, and so she's been paying it just to make sure that it's not foreclosed on.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna allow her to keep paying the mortgage because I awarded the property to her. And if I'm being really honest with you, Mr. Joseph, I do not believe you were being honest and transparent with the court. So I do not believe that the court is in a position right now to award a home to you in hopes that you would pay the mortgage because you weren't very forthcoming about your income. And I don't need a response. I'm just telling you, the court does not believe that at this point, you would be the person who can effectuate the sale of this home. I'm going to leave that in the hands of Ms. Joseph.
Your Honor, just wanted to ask you a question, that's all. That wasn't what I asked. Just what I asked was the remainder of the mortgage, which is $52,000, has been put against my name. So currently in the W1, that is taken from my money. So it is not 6535. If you look at the numbers, W1B, it's been under my name. The 52,000 is completely taken out of my account. And then the 6535 is based on that. So that's not correct. That entire mortgage remaining on the house in 52,000 has 52,000. I'm not talking about every month 2,000. I'm talking about the 52,000 remaining on the bank, payable to the bank. That has been put under my name.
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Shouldn't that be taken from the sale of the house first?
The debt's factored into the amount of the equity on that spreadsheet.
Correct.
So the 6535 is not correct because the 52 in column 1B is on my name, not divided between the both of us.
Mr. Joseph, it's a marital debt. It's a community debt. It doesn't matter whose name's on it.
No, I'm talking about the 52,000 bank balance. That's clearly under my column. Only under that 52,000 is under my column. And then what should be done is.
No, that's not correct, Mr. Joseph.
I did the calculation.
I
have a calculator. I used it.
So we're not going to go back and forth with you. I gave my ruling. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, just how will we split the proceeds when the house sells? Is it? Oh, you said the percentage. I'm sorry.
Yes, it'll be if you want to do it cleaner, we'll just say 65% to wife, 35% to husband.
Okay.
And of course, the debts will come out of that. Well, what's owed, will come out of that.
Yes.
The additional debts for the, not debts, if there are any expenses related to, the upkeep or whatnot of the home, Ms. Joseph, I'm gonna make you responsible for those just to get the home sold.
So just for clarification, I can't do a buyout is what you're saying. I have to sell?
Yeah, the only way you would be able to do a buyout is if you had the money right now to pay him his portion. And from what I'm seeing on your spreadsheet, you don't have that. So a buyout wasn't even an option. So selling the house is the only thing.
So when I spoke to my lender, and then I got a pre-approval, they were saying that they would pre-approve me for the amount that I have to do a buyout for him. So
Okay.
I could at the closing, I could give him that money once the house is closed. Is that something that I could do, or you wouldn't really recommend that? Because that way there is an end in sight. There is a timeline in terms of getting the house refinanced and the house bought and sold, Do you, if I would qualify for the refinancing on the house, then I would take the loan just to buy him out. Does that make sense? Because I wouldn't, because I'm not looking for liquid money right now. I'm just looking to keep just so that the whole process is cleaner and both of us don't lose. Because otherwise, I don't know how long this whole process is going to take. And this way we know for sure that, if I qualify, then I can do the buyout and then I can pay him off. So all I'm doing with trying to get the loan is not so much for the house, is just to buy him out.
Right. I understand. However, at this point, the court is not inclined to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything further, counsel?
Just to clarify, Judge, the accounts are awarded, you said the accounts and each party's name is awarded to that party.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Come
Got
on, Judge. I have to go to
And
this
I
other
do
meeting.
not see a dismissal date on here. How long do you think it'll take you to prepare the order?
Not long, Your Honor. I could probably get it drafted in 14 days.
Okay, so November the 7th for an entry date, would that be great?
I believe so, Your Honor. I think that will work.
All right. I'm going to add you on the dismissal docket. It's dismissal slash
Entry.
And that way, if the order is, everything is done by the time, before that date, you don't have to worry about appearing on that date. But if not, you all will have to appear on that date.
Understood.
Okay,
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you all.
Your Honor,
Are
can
you
I ask a
excused?
question?
You all are excused. The hearing is concluded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's concluded for all. It's concluded for all. It was quite enthralling. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you. I have now completed my entire energy drink. I'm feeling a lot more appropriate. Won't be back tonight. I have to go to work. We'll be back. I'm a YouTube chat engineer. I love that, Bill. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Another show in the morning. And then, Saturday night. Saturday night, baby. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Thursday. Yeah, that was a good case. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad. You know what? I'm literally getting cases, but also missing them half the time. So I appreciate when we get one. We get a ruling. No members only. There will be a members only. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow morning. I hate doing members only because then people that aren't members can't come, but I know I have to deal with them. I just love equity. Anyways, maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow morning. Anyways, do me a favor. Remember that I love you and... Oh, fuck, I gotta go. I love you and I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Bye.
Ways down